first of all, welcome everyone. Thank you for taking time on a weekend on Saturday morning to attend this session. I'm Aarti Koya, the CEO of EKAM. EKAM, as you know, is a premium wellness brand focused on aromatherapy and fragrance products. In today's world, in today's modern life, all of us face a lot of stress and anxiety, and it is very important that we take care of our mental and physical well-being. And as you know, aromatherapy helps in relaxing, in helping, is a great relaxation technique that you can use. And EKAM takes great pride in creating products that make our customers feel better day in and day out. And also, as a part of that, as a part of giving back to a community, we are organizing these wellness sessions that, besides providing products that help our customers feel better, we also want to introduce them to experts, whether it's in yoga, meditation, or in psychology, or in finance, to deal with some of these underlying stressors. And today we are focusing on financial stress. We all face that at some point or the other in our life, or in some small way or large way on a daily basis. And I'm very happy to get that Pallavi Gandhi has agreed to take the session this weekend. She's a banker with over 10 years of experience and a financial life coach. Most of her work is focused on educating women on how to manage finances, because so many of us, as I myself am very, even though I started earning at a very early age, financial wisdom came at a very late point in my life. And I know many of our customers are young millennials. Those who are attending here, they will definitely benefit from the advice that Pallavi gives, whether it's a male or female. But of course, we have a very healthy female participation here, and many of our customers are female. So thank you, Pallavi, and I leave it to you to take this session forward.
Thank you so much, Aarti. Thank you. And Aarti, in this session, there are few question and answers which I would love people to respond, especially you also, because we are going to deal with financial anxiety. So before we start on the session, I'll give you a brief on what I do. Just hardly 5 minutes I'll take, and then we'll get on to the session. So I work with Cool Kanya. Cool Kanya is an edtech company, and we do courses across on finances. If you know Cool Kanya is one of the edtech company which is in the intersection of learning, community, and content. What I do, I take care of Finance Pass, which is a 12-week long learning process for finances, which actually is for women who are confused on finances, entrepreneurs who are just, starting on financial guidance. Somebody wants to build on financial security, especially for adults who have got financial anxiety, because in the end, everything boils down to financial anxiety to take a step towards finances, financially independent women, and even housewives. Now, this course that we deal in Cool Kanya, it's all about, tax planning, insurances, mutual funds, stocks, gold, silver, non-traditional investments. Everything is available. We are restarting this program. We have already completed 2 batch, and the 3rd batch is starting in midweek of June. We'll be sharing the details to Aarti so that Aarti can put it all across to you. So this is just a brief about Cool Kanya. Already Aarti has spoken about me, so I'm not telling you about myself. Let's start today's session. I hope everybody is pumped up. Please, if you can give me virtual reactions. If you go down, you have that option of giving virtual reactions. Let me see your virtual reactions on Saturday morning. And high five, thumbs up, hearts, whatever you want to share with me. So I deal on financial anxiety, and today I'll spend most of my time on financial anxiety, and then I'll go forward into, the topic of how we can do goal planning, or how we can, understand on basics of investment. And why we have partnered with EKAM, we will be understanding during our sessions. So I hope everybody is on mute. If you have got questions, you can put it in the chat. Aarti can help out with those questions. Let's start about overcoming financial anxiety. And Aarti, please participate in this thing. Okay, I'm taking a very quick poll, which I want you to drop it in the chat, telling me you strongly disagree, you are neutral, agree, or you strongly agree. Talking about money is taboo. The more I talk about it, the more buri nazar or evil eye affects to me. So Aarti, what's your thought on it? You can unmute and tell me, Aarti.
Yeah, I mean, I think more than taboo, it's more like at least we were brought up in a household, or most of us are brought up where money is not spoken about. Whether you earn a lot or you earn less, it's like, you don't tell. Your parents will say, don't tell people how much you're earning, because then, as you said, people will put buri nazar, or they will expect. I think because we also come from a history of so much scarcity and the expectation that those who have more have to help the others, the people are reluctant to share how well or not well they are doing.
I can see two disagree. One person has directly given me a message, disagree. Meryl has said strongly disagree. I'm happy to see disagree coming into it, but agree. Today I'll do a mindset shift that you can apply in your lives. I think somebody's on, has unmuted. If I can get that participant's name, if
Yeah,
they
I
can.
think it's Sunita. Sunita, I request you to please go on mute.
Okay, no problem. I muted them. Okay. Now the next question that I have is, money is only for saving. If I spend more, I will have nothing for my old age. What's your thought, Aarti?
I'm on the other side. I think I spend too much and have to learn to save more. So yeah, but something especially with the current rise of healthcare costs and living costs, that's something that we really need to think about saving, uh, uh, as well as, of course, enjoying your current life.
Great. Now I should save everything for my children. After all, they will look after me when I'm old. I think here most of the people will say disagree, because I have a feeling shift has already happened with us.
Yeah.
And especially we have got it done with the movies like Bagban, where it was shown very clearly that you have to do something for your retirement and go ahead with it, right? And
Everyone for themselves now.
yes, this is one question that I ask every people. Only rich people can enjoy wealth. The middle class people who are not born with it cannot dream about it.
I think,
To be very frank, people have that mindset still. Reason being, we are born with that. Like the scarcity thought process that you were talking about, Aarti, it's still there, but I'm still hesitant to tell that, I deal with it. And this is where the financial anxiety comes in. The rest three questions that are there, we deal with it. This is the only question that we don't deal with it right now. So, and to be very frank, I have seen women dealing with it a lot, because it is said to women, you spend a lot on your clothes, and it's only the rich people who can, do it. And as of now, think from that angle. You save, then you will be able to, make yourself more money. So this is the last question. I have bad luck, so I cannot make more money, or I will lose it. Oh, I can see disagree coming in a lot. So now I'm going to deal with the first question that we dealt with. Okay, going back to the first question that we dealt with, where most of us said, talking about money is taboo, and the more I talk about it, the more buri nazar will affect. Okay, one thing that happens, why do we feel that evil eye happens to money, is because money is constantly on our mind. Everything, every act that we do, money is constantly on our mind. Take for example, Ati, I will need you to unmute yourself here. Okay.
sure.
You have bought 10 clothes. Tell me, how many times have you actually checked your clothes in a day, or twice in a day, or let's say in a week also? That 10 clothes that you have bought, how many times have you checked them?
I mean, whether they are there or not, you're asking
They're
me.
there or not, something has happened to them, whether it has stained or not,
No,
no.
not never. I mean, you just pick one and there.
You bring in groceries, or you bring in, those masalas and everything. How many times you do go and check that whether there is, the moisture has got into that masala, or, let's say you've taken a sambar masala and you don't cook sambar every day. So that masala, do you check it on every day? Do you check on money every day?
Yeah, I mean, you have a pretty good idea of how much you have in your bank balance.
Yes, you do. You do. You check on money every day. So now you can understand why the evil eye happens to money and does not happen to that masala which gets moisture. There's a possibility, Aarti, that there's going to be one cloth which gets stained. Do you feel that buri nazar happened or the evil eye happened to that cloth? No. This is the same thing that happens with children. The children will get constantly sick and we will be saying that evil eye is happening. Actually, though the bad vibes do come in, I do agree on the bad vibes thing or our environmental factor. But when an old person gets sick, we are not constantly saying that evil eyes on them. We will not do that, think of that nazar pattu and everything with them, but we will do with a small kid. Same thing we do it with our money. So it's here, the mindset. Because money is constantly there. I'm talking to you, I'm talking on money. Tomorrow, if you're making a business, it's all about money. So money is there here 100%, and that other thing is not 100%. That's where the evil eye is not there. So this is the mindset, right? And then it comes to anxiety. So the more anxious you're about money, the more you're going to get affected. And the anxiety, everything lies down on money only. But how do I deal with it? Either I start talking about more about money. I will not share you my salary slip, Aarti, but what I can do is I can constantly talk about money. I can deal with that anxiety. I want to grow myself. I push my ideas up. So the more I talk with people about my ideas, I'm sure the more insights I'm going to get, I'll be able to get that side hustle done in. Why should I rely on that one thing? But mentally I'm not available. Do you think I can make more money? I will not take investment risk. I'll not go into that side hustle. I'll not do anything across to deal with that financial anxiety. One of the easiest way to deal with financial anxiety or the buri nazar is aromatherapy, which actually EKAM deals with right now. You can create a good environment for yourself through fragrances, which actually helps you to elevate down your anxiety. And like Ati started with, EKAM is a homegrown brand which has the best luxury fragrances at affordable prices. So why should rich only deal with the thought of having that luxury of fragrances? Why not me? I'll tell you, whenever I do a session or whenever I start on talking on finances, I ensure there is a scented candle which is burnt near me because it gives me that good deep breath where I can feel the vibes coming in, and it's all about vibes. See, if I am not mentally fit to take one step ahead, I don't think I'll be able to talk to you in that session, right? So this is how we deal with it. So today I want everybody to break that money taboo. We will not share our certain things. I will not share with you what is the cost of property that I have, what is the investment that I may have been lying that is there available with me. But I can talk on the word money comfortably. I should deal with it. So our thought is that we start dealing with it. And remember, evil eye will happen on everything. It's just that because money is constantly there on your mind, 100%, you feel that that is one taboo that is getting most attracted towards the evil eye. So break that taboo today, get out of that financial anxiety and start speaking on it. One thing, that takeaway that you have to do, you will go and sit with someone, speak on finances, be it any topic, be like, I'm planning to do an investment like this, I'm planning to take this ahead. We can do that. Sounds good? Put me a thumbs up if it sounds good. So let's get over it. Now, the healthy financial mindset that everybody should have, I think these are the things that everybody should wake up in the morning, and it's a healthy mindset that is told by experts also. If you wake up in the morning and make yourself pumped up with a positive thought, you can definitely deal towards money, and especially have that mindset that I have the freedom to spend, that I can say no for any purchase. Our problem that lies is unwise spending. I should spend money, but I should say no to an unwise spending. And how do you deal with that? Especially if you're doing online shopping, which most of us do. don't spend money when you're emotional. The most unwise spending happens only when you're too emotional. Start tipping people or start giving out money for those who are struggling, because it's easier. Stop comparing between each other. I think the most problem that happens is because of the comparison that I do with a lot of people, and if I stop doing it, it it happens, but it takes time. I will not say it will happen in a single day. It will happen in a, by tomorrow. You will definitely reach that by in a month. So please stop comparing yourself. Most of our purchases, especially when it comes to car, house, or any luxury item, happens because we compare. So he has a Creta, I should get an SUV. I have a Jeep, then I should get a better car because he or she has it. Maybe somebody who in my house has already bought 2 houses. I'm still at one house. I should plan to invest into real estate. Maybe real estate is not the right goal for me. Possible. So don't make your financial goals just because somebody else's financial goals are different. So make a financial goal planning. And today we'll understand about goal planning. And then we will deal on what are the investments that you can start with small amounts. Okay. So I hope financial anxiety bit you will be able to clear on it. I'm just giving a very brief thing, contracting it down because you've got an hour, and in an hour we are supposed to deal with a lot of things. So let's get on with financial goal planning. Let's understand what is goal planning, why is it important, and how to do it. So the goal planning is really important because any investment that you do should have an assigned goal. The disciplined way of any investment is having a goal in your mind. The mistake that anybody does is they start, and for example, we start on mutual funds. Now when I start on mutual funds, do I attach a goal to it? If I do not, I will redeem that amount at any point of time, and I will not leave it to the markets. It's always said that when you invest into stocks or mutual funds, it's not about timing in the market, it's the time you spend in the market. So if you're doing any mutual fund or stocks, please understand, if you're doing a goal planning, it will help you to grow and it will help you to make your money in a better way. And this is your money. Okay, this money is lying here. Let's say this money is at 100 rupees today. With the inflation that is happening, after 10 years, this money will be below half. So 100 rupees will become around 45 rupees or 50 rupees itself. Should I leave that money there itself? Let it not grow. If the inflation is at 6 to 7%, my post-tax investment returns should be greater than 6 to 7%. Why? Because I need them to grow. I cannot keep 100 rupees to go down to a level of 90 or 80 rupees just because I've done investments which are not letting me grow. So this is investment. This is your emergency funds. Okay. Emergency funds are something which you will require at any point of time for emergency. So here we don't see the returns, but here, yes, we do see that. So when I have to put my investments, I have to attach a goal. So what goal I can do, start with, I want that money to grow into wealth, right? So this is what I can start with, and then start goal planning as a family, because in the end, whatever we do about money, it's not only my alone decision, but also for the benefit of each of my family member. So it has to be a joint decision where you come together. I was just listening to a very nice reel yesterday, though it's not though in India we don't do it. It was said about having 4 accounts. 4 accounts. So basically one joint account where all your family I'm sorry. I'll have to mute someone. Yes. Okay, so it's about yeah. So it's about having one account where you put your money together for spending for everything that is called need. We'll understand what is need. Okay. Then there's a second account where you do family goals together. So it can be investment or it can be luxuries that you want to do. The third account is your self account. And the fourth account is your retirement account. Okay. Now this third account is where you spend on your wants. Now wants are single person. So when you do as a family, you should not forget this third thing also, that you have to spend on yourself too. And this is where many of us forget. Sometimes we become too selfish that we are doing it here. But most of the times, in India especially, it's that this is somewhere which goes off. And even if it's a male or a female, especially for the males who are there in the session with us, third part, you should not forget. Because as a family, you're doing so much. Please remember you have to do this also for yourself. So spend something on yourself. Have that luxury of spending on yourself. So when it comes to goal planning, remember this, these two, and the third part is always there. Now let's understand what is budgeting. I would love people to, go and see. There is a very nice movie available on Netflix. It's all about money. You should go and watch it. Smart. It's called about smart money. So if you can do. So I have a question here. Is budgeting a way to control your spending? Aarti, what's your thought?
Yeah, at least like have some goalposts as to how much you should be spending and how much should be your savings.
True. It's true. It's like when I say about budgeting, budgeting is about more a discipline rather than a control mechanism. Why do I say discipline? Because most of us, let's agree to the fact, nobody taught us on finances. Go back to our schools. Do you remember anybody saying something called unwise spending, or this is the way you should spend, or we remember saying save money, save water, save electricity, save our natural resources. But did anybody say save money? Yes, no. Do you remember in school? Nobody taught us. There was nothing called financial literacy for us. You remember in class 8 to 10, there was a subject called taxation that had come in maths, and where we were taught about CP, cost price, selling price, profit, and then the taxation bit. That if this is the tax, how much is the tax that you are going to pay? This is the percentage. You remember? Yeah. But did anybody teach at that point? Okay, this is the cost price, this is the selling price, but this is the with this cost price, if you bought this which you cannot sell, becomes an unwise spending of yours. Did anybody tell you that? No. This is where we lacked upon our discipline. And if you go back again, most of our parents made the decisions for us. Any spending that we had to do, our parents would, intervene and say, okay, Pallavi, you can't spend money on this because this is not good for you. Okay, this is not good for you. But did I know whether it is good for me or not? I learned it with the environment that I had. And this is where the unwise spending part has got inbuilt into us. And you can't remove it very quickly. So, what do? We do something called budgeting. And budgeting is not about, creating that way. Okay, this is the amount that should go into your basic needs. This is the amount that should go into your bonds. This is the amount that you should go into your savings. No. How do you budget it? The easiest way to budget is, this is the account where the money comes in. There's another account where the spending happens. See it for 3-4 months, how you're spending, what is your spending pattern. You will realize where you're getting wrong, and you will get disciplined. Okay, so today we have got Aarti, we have got Swapnil also. Swapnil, you can put it in the chat for me. I have a question for you. Where emotional spending that everybody deals with, it happens with men and women. When was the last time you did an emotional spending? For the group participants also, when did you do that
What do
emotional
you
spending?
call emotional spending? Like,
so it's like, you're feeling down, you're feeling so low at that point of time, and suddenly you go on to Myntra and you see, oh, there's a sales happening, I'll buy this shirt. But then suddenly you get that shirt, and that shirt you have worn only once, and that second time you did not wear it only. When did it happen like that? Think. I've got participants writing. I did for myself. Yeah, day before yesterday, ice creams. Yes, it happened. One back. You'll find me in my reels. I'm wearing the same shirt every time. So this is the shirt which I'm wearing most of the time. I've learned one thing. Whenever I'm emotional, This phone has a very good thing called digital wellness. I will actually put a timer and I'll keep that phone off. So I'll get only calls coming in. I can't do a call. I can't chat to you. So you will find me offline most of the time, that you're sending me text messages or WhatsApp messages and I'm not responding to you. It's because I do it. I've done that discipline. That I'm not going to do any emotional spending on it. You know, I'm still at that phone called OnePlus 8T, and people tell me you should buy an iPhone, and I still feel I still do not have that utility of an iPhone. I have the luxury to go and shoot my reels in front of a DSLR. So do I need an iPhone? I find it more, if I am doing all my Excels and everything, I find the OnePlus phone much more comfortable for me, because I am seeing all my PPTs, I'm seeing all my Excels, I'm doing all Zoom calls, everything on my phone, that I still don't need an iPhone. Yeah, I will definitely need an iPhone if I get that environment where, I have to do everything on a MacBook to there. But this is where I've done that discipline. And it took time for me. You know how many years it took for me to get into that discipline? 3 years. Can you imagine me as an expert talking to you, telling you? It took me 3 years, 3 years, and it was not easy. It's not easy, but how do I do it? I discipline myself. And this is how you do it. When there's a very nice rule about budgeting, uh, when I say, I'll just tell you what, when I think everybody knows budgeting. So I will not dwell over here. There's a very nice rule, which is though not applicable to India right now, but yes, with the time that we are spending and the luxuries that we want to spend on after 2020, everybody has realized it's not about money making. It's also about having the experiences in life, which everybody has echoed to now. So if you go back to our parents, they were like, they were the savers. We have become spenders. Why? Because now we have learned that it's not about just saving the money, it's also about going having those experiences. So this rule was given by Elizabeth Warren. She did it for US. She said that 50% of your amount should go into needs, 30% should go into wants, and 20% should go into your, at least minimum 20% should go into debt payment or building your saving. Now in US, the problem is everything is on debts. So when you start, even a college student has debts. They have credit cards. They have got, student loans. And their student loans are much more higher than rates than us. We are still coming onto that education loan process. Most of us, our parents would have given certain amount. Education loan would be, half the amount. So we did not deal a lot with, student loans as such. But if I put it into the Indian aspect, 20% is the minimum amount that should go into your savings. 20%. If you're not doing it, please introspect why that 20% is not going. Because 20% at the early age makes you retire with that amount, that luxury you really want to. And it's a very good number. 20% is a very, very, very good number. Now, 20% is something everybody should be striving for. Now, when I say needs and wants is like, I need something. Without that, I cannot survive. That need is there. It has to be there for you. 50% amount should go to needs. Maybe I can deal with 30% amount in needs. Good, fair enough. I can switch that other amount into my savings. And in India, because the needs are pretty less, because in US, the kids do not stay with their parents. So it's like they move out. So they have to pay a lot of money on daycare. They have to pay a lot of money on, other basics, etc., travel and everything. And everybody has a car over there. So we do not have. We have a single car. We have the luxury of public transport. We are still coming with carpools and everything. So in India, the 50% amount can come down. When I say wants is something which I can live without. But I just want it because that gives me the happiness. Now, what do? You divide your wants into two things: likes and love. Now, like is something which is called instant gratification. Your online shopping, which happens, is instant gratification. You may not use it, right? Sometimes, if you get, the best part about Myntra and Amazon is the return policy. You can return it with the tag. You get a cloth, you suddenly feel, yeah, this was not required. Don't keep it. Immediately return it. Because like happened because of your emotional being. Like happened because you wanted it, but you knew it is not going to be sustainable for whole life. Love is something which is said that this is going to last for long. So identify your likes and loves and spend more on your loves rather than on your likes. I wanted to see this Backstreet Boys, concert that had come in India. Unluckily, I did not get the ticket, but that was love for me. I would have loved to spend even 10,000 rupees to get that single ticket. So that is love. So I budget myself that I will have that amount for my wants and I will do it. So this is how you will do it. When Vidya said when I travel last month. Yes. Okay. So let's understand what is what how do you do your budgeting. Now there's something called fixed expenses. Now these expenses are common. Like your rent is common. Every month same rent goes. It happens only after a year that the rent increases. EMIs goes EMI will go also constantly. EMIs usually don't change. It's like the tenure changes for the loan, but EMI is constant. So then there is school fees that goes constant, right? But what is flexible? Your electricity bill becomes flexible. Like in this month, I may have an electricity bill of 5k to 10k, but every month else it is only 1k. So it changes. So what do? I budget them accordingly. Now this is how my total expenses become. I should know what months are going to be heavily expenditure for me. So like May and June for me, just because of the flexible expenses or because my daughter has school, those that leaves at that point of time, my expenses are on the rise. Now there is something called total monthly income. Now this monthly income is something which comes in. So monthly income can be for freelancers, it can be for anybody. So I should know what is the average income that I get and what is the income tax that I'm paying. So always budget for your income tax also. If you're not paying the income tax right now, while filing the ITR, you'll have to pay. Now what do? Certain expenses which are fixed but does not happen monthly, we can put it into recurring deposit. Okay. For example, your LIC payment, your insurance payment, your car insurance payment, all these things are your expenses which happen only irregularly. Now there are regular expenses and irregular expenses. You are going to divide your irregular expenses into regular expenses by dividing it into. So this is all about budgeting. uh, you can do your budgeting either if you are very comfortable using paper pen, please do it in the financial planners that you get. There are pretty good financial planners which are available in the market. Please do it in them. You feel no, you are very digitally savvy, please use these apps. These apps will read your SMS. If you are really like you don't want your messages to be read, you can do it in your online banking also. Your mobile banking, if you have a Kotak mobile banking and everything, you can actually put whatever expenditure that you are doing, you can put it into that way that this expenditure is for house, this expenditure is for entertainment, this expenditure is for traveling, etc. Or you can use an Excel. So that Excel, in case you feel that you need that Excel, at Cool Kanya we have developed an Excel which can be done for monthly. Please tell Aarti or Swapnil for that. We will share it off to you. Now let's go back to what our parents were doing. Our parents were budgeting something called emergency fund into that dabba. My moms used to do very easily. They would put that money into that dabba. I have seen my mom doing certain thing called envelopes. She would put that money into certain envelopes, or she had the pockets. Every time she'll buy a purse, she needed 5 or 6 pockets. And I will ask her, why do you need 5 or 6 pockets? And today you don't get purses with 5 or 6 pockets. But in previous time, it was there. Either or she'll buy those small envelopes, the cloth envelopes, and she'll put the money. All those cloth envelopes were written with something. It was called household expenditure. Then she had that, okay, for eating food outside. This is for school fees, because at that point of time, GPay and everything was not there. Everything they had to do was spending use cash. They did not have the cards also. The luxury of cards was not there. but they were able to budget it in a way because they knew that technique. But right now, because we have got GPay, we have got credit cards, we have got debit cards, our habit has become, more spending. We are not able to categorize them properly. But what you can do is have at least two accounts, minimum two accounts. Please do that. If you have a single account, please. It's something which every expert will tell you. Have two minimum accounts, because one account is for expenditure only, spending. If you put that money over there, once that money is getting, on that verge of, getting, it's like, you have got only 10 rupees left, please, you will understand that this is going to help you a lot. I'm telling you only basics. I know it's basic, but actually investments happen pretty easily. If I tell you to put your money into an SIP, you will do it. But if I ask you to be disciplined or overcome your financial anxiety, you will not be able to. So please get into that basic habit, that this is the basic that I can move on to. I'm taking a pause here. I'm opening this for questions. I can take 2 or 3 minutes for questions if you have questions over here, because I'll quickly wrap up basics of investing and I'll take a pause. Any questions? Swapnil, Aarti, if you also have questions, you can drop in your questions. How, up till now, I know very basics. How was it? Clear? Did you learn something new about financial anxiety today? Will you be able to get out of that taboo? Swapnil says yes. I can see that. Yeah. Okay. Should I go ahead? Yeah. So, like I said, why investing is important? Because I don't want that money to be, getting down to the level of 50. I want that money to grow. But for investing, what do I need? I need a savings account. Please. Nobody does it cash investing anymore. Everybody does it online. I should know what my online banking or mobile banking looks like. How many of you know what are the features of your mobile banking? How many of you know that you can open an FD and close the FD on your mobile banking? Have you tried that? If you're not, after this session, open a, uh, Swapnil says, yes, she knows. Yes. So what you will do, you will open an FD of 1,000 rupees today, close it by tomorrow's. See how easy it is to do that. How many of you know that there are mutual funds which are attached to your mobile banking also? Look into those features. At least look into those features. See what is there. Can you take out the statement from your mobile banking? Because again, it's all about, time is equated to money. Why should I go and spend my time into a bank? I should spend my time productively. So what are the features that are available in my mobile banking? I will use it. I will use each and every feature. I will use that fast tag feature that is available in my mobile banking to recharge my fast tag. So, and I think we have become pro. We have become pro using this now. But still, we don't see most of our features. We'll see that features. There's something called account aggregator, which is made available into your mobile banking. It helps you to see the account statement of your other bank accounts also at a single place. Possible? Yeah, you can do that. QR codes are available. Everything is there. Third thing that I should know, which platform I need to invest on. Your investments, if they are done online, try to do it yourself. Do we have anything in chat? Yes. What is 50, 30, 20? Okay. Okay, so you found 50, 30, 20 rule is good. Shivani, if you have question on 50, 30, 20, please put it in the chat. I will deal with it in the last. Yeah. Okay, now there are 6 traditional ways of investment. We call 6 traditional ways of investing because there are other alternative investments which are available in India and they are coming, they are growing. So as typical 6 ways of investing have been said to be. Now I have not included FDs, RDs or the PPFs or all the banking system. Banking is there. Whatever is available in post office and banking system is there. It has been there for ages. But these are the new ways of investing which people have started putting money into. It's like stocks, bonds, mutual fund, index funds, gold, and real estate. Okay. So these are the ways of investing. Now, when I say investing with 100 and 500 rupees, how do I start with? I think the basic is your fixed deposit and RD. With the bank, you can do it. Anybody has doubt on fixed deposit and RD? You remember last year, most of the financial influencers you would be listening on the reads and they were telling, don't invest into fixed deposit. You are doing a stupidity. Don't invest into it. But fixed deposit and RD are pretty good for emergency fund. Please don't think on that. It's all about not keeping that money into your saving account, but keeping it into a fixed deposit and RD so that the money is growing. It's not lying at 100 rupees. It's growing with certain percentage of interest and doing. Now the fixed deposit and RD rates have come back to the level of bonds. So what the influencers are telling, please invest into fixed deposit. Please do it. Please do it ASAP. And this is what people have started doing it, that they have come back. But this is what our parents used to tell, that do it in fixed deposit and RD. RD is a good way to invest. Why it is a good way to invest into is because it does not put a burden of you to put a fixed amount together. You can do it on monthly basis. So there are two ways to invest into RD. There are something called variable RD, where you can put a variable amount at any point of time. Many of the banks give it. And there's something called the fixed RD, where you put a fixed amount only. Okay. Swapnil, you have a question. Yes.
Yeah, it's RD I have created. Okay, I had earlier, but the thing is, the return is very low in that case. It's like 2%, 3%. So is it like worth it or?
See, RD at 2%, 3% return basically means a short-term RD, 6 months. Because for a year,
Yeah,
for a year, the interest rate is 6%.
six.
None of the banks will give you 2 to 3%. So it's
Okay.
if it is a short-term RD of only 6 months, then only it's 3%. But
So
if it's for a year, it's 6 to
RD,
8%.
so 1 year is fine or like 2, 3 years is fine?
See, most of the banks, for 1 year and 3 years, the rate of interest is same. It depends upon it. It will be hardly 0.5 or 0.2 difference. It won't be there. The purpose of you putting the money into RD is that you put a fixed amount in a disciplined way every month.
Yeah.
And what happens with that money can be used for any of the emergencies, or you can do it for a short-term goal planning without worrying that the amounts are going up and down. Right? The problem with the stock market and the SIPs is that you have to put them for like I said, it's not about timing in the market, it's about time in the market. So if you're withdrawing from SIPs right now, it's like you are not getting any guaranteed returns. So for short-term goals, we always tell people that put it into RDs and fixed deposit so that you can reinvest that amount in case you do not use it, right? The RD is a pretty good way. And like I said, yeah, decent returns. Again, the RD's rate have come back because you would have done it a few months back. The rates are not that great, but now the rates have come back. Now you asked about index funds because I'm dealing with SIPs right now. There's something called mutual funds or index funds. Now we know about stocks. What is stocks? A company comes in with a share of theirs. They put it on NSE or BSE and they ask you to put your money. So basically they're asking you to put money into their capital. That is stocks. Now, when I buy stocks, I buy stock for a one company or two company. Now, mutual funds is a basket of certain things. Now, it is a basket of either stocks, it can be a basket of some money market things or certain bonds that are there in the market. Now, these mutual funds are managed by some company called asset management company. And then there's something called index fund. Now, if I have to ask you, how do I know? Every day we'll be hearing about, whether, you'll hear the markets have gone up by 20 points. The markets have gone down. How do I know that markets have gone up and down? You know why? Because there is a benchmark called Sensex, right? We heard. So that benchmark is there. It's an index. So we are putting an index onto it, right? In the same way, there are few certain companies. Let's say the top 50 companies. When I say the top 50 companies are going up, the top 50 companies are going down. That is called Nifty 50. That's again an index, right? The bank index is going up and down. What is that called? Bank Nifty, right? Now, when I invest into those indexes via either through, putting my money directly or through any of the index funds, it is called putting my money into index funds. So there are funds which mimic the same index. So they are having the same portfolio as that index, and those are called index funds. Now, the difference between a mutual fund and an index fund is mutual fund is managed by somebody. So I, as a person, will be managing it. Index fund, because that index is already created, it is not managed. That is the only difference. Okay. Okay, but a good way. Now, when I say SIPs, SIP is systematic investment planning. So it's like I am systematically putting my money into mutual funds or index funds every frequency. It's not monthly. It can be daily. It can be weekly. It can be fortnightly. It can be monthly. I can choose my amount. In SIPs, we've got top-up SIPs also. For example, my money increases. I get an increment. I can put that amount. Now, there's something called digital gold, which you can invest with 100 and 500 rupees. Now, the problem with the digital gold, it is not regularized, but we'll see with times how it is. So digital gold is pure digital gold or digital gold on the market also. We have got digital ETFs, traded funds, which are there. We can invest at 100 and 500 rupees also. So that way, a very good deal. See, all these things that I'm talking about, you can invest with 100 and 500 rupees, and it does not matter. You know, I will stop wearing one shirt. I will not buy that shirt. I will invest over there. Recently, I got a kitty. I am part of that society kitty groups, you know, and that kitty is something which happens if I get it very early, the kitty, that means in the last, the person who gets is kind of a loser, but who gets it at the earliest, they can invest it. So my thought process is, oh, I got kitty of 30K, very low amount, but 30K. I should put it somewhere. I should invest it. By the time the kitty ends, I will be getting more than 30K. So what did I do? So I'm giving 2,000 rupees every month. There are 15 people. I'm putting that money 2,000. But because I'm putting 2,000, I got 30K together. I'm sure I will be making more money. So I've invested that amount into a mutual fund, which after a year, I'll see the portfolio analysis and I'll say, okay, out of 30,000, I made at least 40,000. So what I did, 15,000 went into mutual fund, 15,000 went into stocks. So let's see after a year how it goes into. But that is how you invest, right? If any amount. India is very good. India, when it comes to money, is very good because every time you go to somebody else's house. So now we have grown up, but again, grown-ups gave us some money, 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees, they gave us. With 500 rupees, I can buy a stock itself. I got 1,000 rupees from my mom-in-law recently. And what did I do? I bought 2 shares of Mindspace REITs. Done, dusted. Just do it. Online banking is there. I ensure that she now pays to me that amount through GPay. I tell her very clearly, please don't give me cash. Do it GPay. If she gives me cash, what I do, I immediately I transfer that amount into my savings account so that I can, reinvest. But it's all about habit, right? How can I start with 500? And even 500 rupees matters, that compounding factor is good. You have got stocks. You can invest with 500 rupees with stocks. I work with Cool Kanya. Cool Kanya is backed by Wellspun. Wellspun share is at 130, 140 rupees. I can see how many shares I can buy in 500 rupees. Good thought. I can do that. Let's do it. Let's start with that small amount. See, I know many of us would be doing greater amounts. But again, if I have to teach to 10 people across, this is how you're going to teach 10 people. So it's not about you building that habit. You also teaching 10 people across. Post of an investment are there and then PPF is there. I'll take a pause. How much time do we have, Aarti, for the session? 10 more minutes.
Yeah, I think you can just, if you have some concluding remarks, because then, 10 minutes of question, at least 5 minutes of question and answer if there's anything.
Okay, so I'll just end with diversification. I will give you example of diversification that happened in COVID. So COVID times everybody remembers, and I'll give you a very nice rule that you will remember for whole life. I think that is going to be the takeaway of the session. Okay. So in COVID time, because most of us, we are told to invest into SIPs and stocks. If you remember, 5 years down the line, everybody is telling SIP is the time, you have to invest into SIPs, and everybody started investing into SIPs. I started investing 9 years back. So I joined Bank of Baroda in 2012, 2013, I was into SIPs. So you can see how much time I've put into market right now. But for many of us, we realized only 5 years back that SIP is going to be good, because SIP ads had started coming in. COVID time, everything went down. What happened? People withdrew that money. Now, if I have 100 rupees and I have invested at 100 rupees into the market, if the COVID situation happens, it comes down to the level of 50 rupees. If I diversified 50 rupees into equities, 50 rupees, let's say, into regular RD or fixed deposit, okay, that 50 rupees of mine going down into from stock becomes how much? 25 rupees, right? But this 50 rupees is intact. So what is the whole sum? 50 rupees, I'll get some certain interest. Let's say we get an interest of 5 rupees only, 55. So 55 plus 25, what is the amount? 80 rupees. 100 rupees totally invested into stocks becomes 50. 100 rupees divided into stocks and guaranteed returns becomes 80, which is good. 80 is good, right? This is why diversification is important. Okay. I hope I've given you the clarity on diversification. One rule that this is my personal rule. This is nobody who tells it. If I know the date when I need the money, I put it into guaranteed returns. If I don't know the date of money when I require and I can extend that date, I will put it into equities. For example, I need to buy a car in 3 years. Okay, I will put that money into equities. But if the markets go down, I can push my car, right? I need not buy that car on that 3 years, 10 year only. I can say I will leave it for 6 months. After 6 months, I can buy. So it's like that can go into equities. But my daughter's birthday is on 5th of January. And after 3 years, I have to give her something, which is, I have to get her a gold necklace. I have to give it on that particular date only. It's that date is important for me. When that date is important for me, I will not take a risk of putting that amount into non-guaranteed returns, or I will diversify it. I will break it into two. I will put it into guaranteed returns and into equities. So same with your children's education or your retirement. You know your date of retirement. So what will you do? You will break it into two, guaranteed and non-guaranteed. Okay. But the things which you can postpone can always be put into equities. So this rule, always remember for your goal planning, because it will help you to be away from financial anxiety. Like I said, we always deal on financial anxiety. So this is how you're going to do it. So I'm stopping my share here. Yes, I'm open for the sessions. Any questions? Do we have questions?
We have already one.
Yes, please.
The chat box.
It's there? Yeah. Okay. I have a problem. I get bored easily. I get bored easily, Shivani, a lot. Don't ask me. Everybody gets bored very easily. But the only thing is, first you have to take care of your health, because till the time mentally and physically you are not fit, you can't do anything. Okay, so you'll have to start doing it. And here EKAM can help you a lot. Sometimes our problem is not getting up out of the bed, and because that space is not available, maybe that smell or that environment that I've got, it's a toxic environment. You sometimes we cannot move out. That fish is swimming in that toxic water. Do you think the fish can jump out of that toxic water and go into some other space? Not possible. It will have to remain in that environment. But can I tweak certain things across in my environment? Let everybody go out of the house. Once they are out of the house, I put on a good music, put on nice fragrance across. Be happy for that 10-15 minutes and see that power of being, that happiness that happens. That helps a lot. Yes, it does. Vijay is telling, yes, it does. It does. I'm telling you, it does it for me personally. I'll tell you, Shivani, I have a job where I leave for my office at 8:30, 8:45. I do these calls in between. Like, when we were talking to Swapnil, it was like, Swapnil, I took a call for 10 minutes and I was like, Swapnil, I'm in office. I have to keep the call. Let my team handle the call with you. Okay. This is what I did. Saturdays also I work because I work in a bank. Saturdays is also working for me. I do these sessions and I come out. Think then I've got a daughter to take care, and my husband is not in my city. He stays somewhere else. But I did those changes across and it helped me a lot. What you can do, Shivani, start with small baby steps. Take these small steps and make a change across for yourself. And like I said, you can start investing with 100 and 500 rupees. Apart from that, there are good internships which are available across. Start those internships, build yourself. See, don't get into a job scenario. Take those internships. If you feel this is your passion, do it. There's a very nice thought in Ikigai. It says, if you are earning money out of your passion, it's good. Okay, try that out. And again, come back to EKAM, get their fragrances done. Start with 100 and 500 rupees, your small investment. Today, I've taught you about recurring deposit, PPFs. I've told you about stocks, mutual fund. Do it. If you feel no, you can't do it, we have got a 12 weeks course at Cool Kanya, which is a slow course. Though I compacted into 1 hour, each day we take on one topic and we do a virtual hands-on. You can always come back to me. Okay, now any questions apart from that? Okay, Meryl has put in a direct message to me. She's telling me, she has asked, I'm really sorry, because are these new digital customized debit card or credit cards reliable? Depends. See, debit cards, yes, because debit card is again linked to your saving account, so it's not a problem. The problem with credit cards is again it happens to your, discipline. How much is the usage that you do in a credit card? It said the healthy usage is 30%. Now the benefit of a credit card is it builds your credit score also, but also a credit card can help you can go into unwanted spending. So what you do in a credit card, there's a limit. You've got a 1 lakh rupees limit, go onto your credit card app, reduce your limit to 30,000. Please do that. After 30,000, the swipe will be denied. Let it be there. 70% of your amount is intact. That will keep you away from unwise spending. Please do that. Any? Srinidhi asked me 2 top investment for beginners. Please start with basic of RD and FD. Please do that. SIPs, yes. For a beginner, SIP is pretty good. Mutual funds or index fund, please, that is pretty good. Please do that. So do that. Apart from that, gold is something which I tell people to invest into. Gold has the potential to grow in 8 years. Gold is where, economies run. So you can always invest into gold. Ladies, if you are there in my session, if you have not started your investment, but you do gold, clap for yourself, pat your backs. Gold is pretty good. Gold is good for emergency fund. Do you know you can take a loan on gold at any point of time? So it's like, it's there. Gold value will not go. Gold is a metal which can be melted. Again, a new design can be made. If you look into US economy, Indian economy, there is something called gold reserves. Gold is there. So you can see the potential of gold. Gold is universal currency. Okay. So pat yourself that you have invested into gold. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions do we have? Oh, Vijay says this is a session which was eye-opener. Thank you. I hope Vijay will remember my rule of the date that you require the money should go into guaranteed returns or you split it. But the date which is something which is flexible, put it into equities. This rule generally for everyone. Okay, over to you, Aarti and Swapnil. If you can share me any questions if people have.
Yeah, I don't think we've received any more questions. So we can actually conclude the session, Swapnil, if is there anything else?
No, nothing.
Okay. Well, thank you, Pallavi, for your time. Thank you, everyone, for attending.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really love the session. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.